Hello everyone, this is the review of the Sunday afternoon event at Balboa Park. This was a chase race, so as you can see I started with another competitor because our times at the first race were absolutely identical. I was in third place during the first race, so I started third, really close to the leader, had huge hopes for this race. As you can see, really high pace off the bat, trying to catch up to the leaders of this race, which are only about 30 to 1 minute in front of me. Obviously, this race was very important to me because I wanted to show that after my unsuccessful finish in the second event, well, I say unsuccessful, but it was kind of successful. Unsuccessful finish in my second event of the first day. I was a little discouraged, but I wanted to make a comeback on this race. So, as you can see right now, I am a little ahead of the other competitor. There he is coming out from the other side. He went right on this controller too. I went left, so I got there a little bit faster. Now on to number 3. The beginning was a couple of pretty simple legs, but the fact that I was trying to run fast made my heart rate really skyrocket. While I was running this course, I was really feeling the effect of not running at your own pace. Like, it was really hard to breathe for me, and stuff like that. Now, crossing the traffic. Now, planning to go between those buildings right there down the stairs. I had an idea to go all the way left around the building on the left, but I decided that there was no point. Just go right, and it's going to be faster. So right here, I wasn't sure I would be able to find that path. That little path that connects to 3. It's probably like somewhere right there on the left, right here. Right there somewhere. But I didn't see it, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go down and look at it from the other side and try to find it. So there is probably the entrance to the other one, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure where the other small paths were because I only found it this way right here. So I ran past it, and then the other person already caught up to me. I mean, we started at the same time, so it was okay. But then right here, I made a minor mistake. I went left because I wanted to go all the way around on the pavement. But then for some reason, I just decided that, I was going to follow everybody else. So I went, right, kind of. But then I ended up going left because I saw everybody else go left, and then I saw all the green in front of me on the map, the olive green. So I was like, I don't think I can run through here. That's probably not legal. So right here, coming into number 4, and then I was told later that this control was incorrectly placed. So it should have been on the statue that we just ran past, and it was placed way further down. I don't know why. They must have placed it incorrectly. So, there was the other trail, as you can see. I didn't notice it, to be honest. I was just planning on going around on the road. Probably should have taken the path down and then up to 5. I think if I would have went that way, I would have saved so much time. But right here at this point, I was second because I was right behind Joe Bears. He was probably around a minute 30 in front of me because the person who was in second, I guess we caught up to him. So basically right here, I'm running down the street and there's a pack of really fast runners on my tail. So I'm trying to keep up the pace and make sure I don't slow down. And it really starts to get to my head closer to the end, like, I start losing concentration, as you will see in a couple of minutes. There are the other competitors going around the other way. They took the path to the left right off 4, and then we're a little faster, but it's okay. He a little misread the map a little bit, ran down a little too far. Now, I knew that it was somewhere up here, so yeah, I definitely found the indistinct path, and I knew that it was up there somewhere. The 2 trees. So coming up there now, just a really nasty climb up to this control. Now, at this point, my heart rate is really high. Probably around 100, 170, 180. So, actually, no, never mind. That can't be right. I don't know. So now to control number 6. Across the parking lot area, and then right here I'm still in front of everybody else, which is quite surprising. And I was definitely trying to keep a pace to not lose the advantage I had. You can see me, I was looking back and trying to figure out where everybody else was. So my goal for this race was to, in the complicated part of this park, around control like 6, 7, where I thought I could find time to increase my speed a little bit, even though I was already running at basically my max speed where I can still kind of read the map. I was planning to go even faster to try to drop and like confuse the runners on my tail a little bit, so they wouldn't like keep following me, because for them it was like way easier, because I had to be the one navigating, and they were just basically following me, because they probably knew that I could figure my way out through this part. So right here on number 6, actually maybe the best route would have been around on the canopy and then down the stairs, but I went like this way, and I think everybody else did too. But I think the best route was on the left, all the way to the left of that L-shaped building, upside down L-shaped building on the left, like under the canopy and on the right. I think that was the best route. But anyways, on to number 7, and this is where all of the other good runners are like right behind me. While I'm trying to figure out how to navigate, they already planned how they're gonna go, because they were right behind me and they had time to think. And I really didn't. So right now, they're like entering this canopy area. There's 2 entrances, as you can see, and then there's like a staircase on the right. And then I thought I was being smart with it, and I went on the left because I read the description and thought the control was on. It said inside corner, and I thought inside corner of the like olive area, but it ended up being on the inside corner of the other area. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how you would read your description to avoid that error, to be honest. But I think somebody else made that error, as you can see. Like, somebody went left. Out. So there's the control. I should have went around on the other thing. The stairs. After I saw that it was on the other side. The stairs just north. But anyways, continue on to control number 8, and this is where I made my error. So you can see the other competitors are already sprinting away in front of me. There's 2 of them. And I was trying to catch up, and me and Mark Pryor, we completely disregarded that there was a control at number 8. Like, we didn't see the number, and the circle, as you can see, like, only like a quarter of the circle is showing. So me and Mark didn't see it. And what ended up happening is we went from 7 straight to 9, because the line looked like really straight. You see me and him right there. And then like all of the other people like magically disappeared. I don't know what happened. I saw them go down into the little pit area. I even looked at the pit, at like the depression area, the re-entrant area. And I was like, why did they go down there? Why are they like going down and going back up? Like, that's dumb. That's just like loss of elevation. And then like after the race, they were like, hey, we didn't, like, they were talking to me and Mark, and they were like, hey, we never saw you down there in the re-entrant area with the, like, stage, I guess. And me and him were like, oh my goodness, we never saw that control on the map. So what ended up happening is I actually went back and punched number 8 and did the whole course all over again because I wanted to have a time for that event. Just so I could have a time. But he didn't. He was too lazy to go back because there was no point for him. So anyways, number 9 was pretty easy. If you went straight from 7, I guess. But right here, it's kind of tricky because 9 to 10, it's like a long leg. So you can be... most people went right around the building like I did. But I talked to one other person who actually went left. And on the left, there was like a bridge across the re-entrant. But there was a way to navigate like across the bridge and then to the left of all the buildings and like run around the whole thing. Like... you'll see when we approach the control what I mean. So right here, I'm just cutting through the square and going down this path. I have a lot of stories to tell from this race, for sure. Like, it was so stressful. It's not that I felt the stress, it was just I feel like running faster than I was able to do really got to my head. Okay, so right here I'm just like going in for number 7. Even though like it looks like I'm off course, I'm actually like pretty straight on for the control. There was basically 2 options, like this and then what the other person did. So most people went this way, I think. Maybe not, but I think based on the live logs and most of the tracks that people uploaded, most of them went this way. But right here, this was kind of a tourist trap, I guess. There was a lot of people, like, taking pictures, so. Right here wasn't too bad, but the second round that I went around and did the whole course back over again because I forgot number 8, there was a lot of people here, and I had to, like, stop for a while to, like, walk through everybody. So there's number 10. You see, you could have approached 10 from the way I came, so you could have went all the way around on the big road and then turned right at the pond, right after the pond, and then cut across the lawn to number 10. So you could have approached from the left side, but I just decided to go from the right because that felt easier to me. So right here, just cutting across this large open area with pavement with the fountain on the left. Just trying to figure out how to get to 11, so I was pretty proud of myself on Control 11 because I felt like I did a very good job of looking ahead to where the control was gonna be. I was a little afraid of this race that I'm gonna like run into a fence and then the control's gonna be on the other side, which happened at 7, but it wasn't that high consequence. And I was a little confused on why they made the description like that. They should have said like which inside corner because it was a little confusing. Maybe I just flipped my map like upside down on my description or something. But basically, right here, the GPS is a little slow. Like I'm already turning right here. Yeah, the control was very well hidden. This was a good control. It was like one of those controls that you have to know exactly where you are in order to find it. There's Mark. He's like right behind me, and we're obviously like in front of everybody else. Surprisingly, well, not very surprisingly, because the others were faster runners, but obviously they had to go down to get control number 8, and we didn't, so they still took some time, so they're probably like 30 seconds behind us, but for some reason, I just thought me and Mark were like supreme sprinters, and we just dropped everybody, so I'm like second place now, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm like so good at this, so I'm just gonna hop down into the re-entrant and go back up and then like sprint up the hill and the stairs and then get to 12. So I don't know what happened here, but like for some reason I just like blanked right here. I saw a couple of people that I knew. I said hi, and then like I just ran past the path on the left right there. And then here comes Mark, and me and him are just running down this path like for some reason, both of our minds just blinked. And then he said, he told me after the race that when he was coming down, he knew that the trail was like right ahead. But then when he saw me take off right, for some reason, like his brain did something. And then he just went with me. I don't know what. At least that's what I remember that he told me. Maybe he told me something else and I'm just misremembering. So correct me if I'm wrong. So right here, I was pretty uncertain where I was on the path, so I just decided to like bushwhack up, basically not use the trail. The right decision for this course would probably have been to go all the way around on the road on the left, because you see how I went into the ranch and then back up. I feel it would probably be so much faster if I went around on the left on the road, so I didn't have to do all that descent and then climb back up. It was definitely so much faster, I think, for sure. So, but this is orienteering, so this is where you have to use your brain and be able to maintain speed throughout the course. So, yeah. This is a really nasty climb. Really nasty. So right here I came out and I thought I was like on the first path or something. And then I was like, I'm just gonna dive into the center of these houses. And I kind of was like relying on luck because I hoped I would find a control. Because I felt like the like formation of house was built so like I could find something. And I actually was so lucky. I stumbled on a control. I checked the code and it was 14. Since there's only one course for everybody, I knew that there was a every control was like for a course. So right here I was like a little confused. But then I figured it out when I found the control. So I was like, how is this happening? How am I on 14? But then I just ended up going with it. And heading back to control 12. So coming to 12 right here, definitely knowing that I lost a lot of time. But still hoping for kind of good grace. Like, okay. Because I knew me and Mark were ahead of the group at the beginning of the route to 12. So I knew we had some time on the group. But then right here, I was like, how do you go around these houses? Because I thought there was a way through the building. And then I saw Mark sprint around on the right. So I was like, oh yeah, that's the only way to go through here. But now that I see it, there's a way to come through right there. Yeah, there was a way. I just thought that was one of the green, and I didn't want to risk it. So coming out of 13 should be pretty easy. So this rest of the course was basically like pure running. Because I already found 14, so I know exactly where I was. So I had a little advantage on Mark. But it wasn't that much. Now to 14. These houses were like, it's actually very interesting. So I'm going to tell you about it. These houses, I think every house represents like a different country. So the like people would like volunteer and make these houses, like put like cultural things in them, and then have people sit there and tell you and like visitors about like various traditions and things like that. So after the race, we actually went and visited some of them, and it was actually really nice. A really nice experience. So that was cool. So right here, heading into 15, basically the go control, like here I can see that Mark is like right behind me. But I was like, hey, if I'm second or like third in this race, because I didn't know exactly how many people were in front of me, I was like, hey, that's like really good. So I was like spurting it to the finish, like completely confident that I was third or fourth, but there ended up being a lot of people at the finish. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe.